Hello, everybody. Welcome to Naughty Loot. I'm Angel. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Safe and sound as well. Um, I know I haven't put up a couple of new videos since my last one. The weather has been really horrible the last couple of days. It rained for 24 hours straight, and our backyard was just nothing but mud. I've been feeling under the weather since with pressure, forehead, migraine, even down to my right side. I'm still dealing with the pain and everything, which is why I didn't put any content up because I wanted to get myself better. So today is the new year. I do have goals. I don't do resolutions. I don't even follow that. But I do have goals for this year. So it's the new year, and I was sitting here looking at all of my yarn here, and I got a nasty mat. Now, you see why I have my yarn on off. So I figured you guys can join me while I organize a little bit and get things cleaned up. And that I have a lot of loose skeins that looks like this, and it doesn't stack up nice. So I figured I can just rewind them, or the ones that are brand new, like some of the Christmas ones I put together. I'm actually going to redo this one because I found it laying on the floor. So I figured, why don't you come and join me while I go ahead and clean this up a little bit and work on it. And you notice my velvet yarn are kind of lot less than the last time. I have two full skeins, well, almost a full skein of the burnout velvet, and I did one skein of the watercress sparkle. Right here, I finished that. So yeah, I was busy. I had not been feeling good with my migraine now, so I would crochet when I could. I stayed busy, stayed on top of it, and I had a request from my niece, and she showed me a picture that her husband's grandmother made a while back, or I don't know how long ago, but it was like a dolly decor, kind of like where you could put like a candy bowl or something on there. It's made out of acrylic, and she was wondering if I could kind of make something similar to that. So, and I told her absolutely I have seen those. My mother-in-law even made hers with huge, where it covered a whole tabletop, round table, like, and you could put like Christmas trees, stuff like that on it. We no longer have hers anymore. It kind of got ruined over the years from moving so much and everything. It just kind of started to fall apart. And I mean, she made it years ago. So I told her absolutely, and so I asked her what she wanted that she was looking for, and I told her the one that her grandmother-in-law made was made out of acrylic. And I said I also can do it in cotton, where if you wanted to put like something hot on it, or eat food underneath the plate or whatever, it would be a little bit easier to clean it or wash it, even though it might stain, but it actually would do better for the cotton. Or if you wanted to do acrylic where you can't put anything hot on it, and she's not familiar with yarn or anything, but I explained it, and she's like, let's do something that would be for like a hot plate or along those lines. So I was on making some ideas, and the first one I showed was it's like a peppermint candy, but it was red and green only. And then I also showed her a solid green or a solid red that was actually the same style that her grandmother-in-law made, but in cotton. And she said she liked them both, but she really liked that peppermint looking one or whatever you want to call it. And so I asked her, I said, I can help you do that. You want to do it in red and white or green and white or all three? She said, just do all three. So this is the second one I'm working on. Yes, it's taking me a while. It will get straightened out. I have a board that does the blocking. So it's going to be a little bit bigger all the way around. So I have about 6 more rows to go, I believe. So where the last row will be counted 20 stitches each. And so that's what it looks like. I'm calling it a peppermint spearmint candy. I really liked it. This is so pretty. It actually adds the Italian color too, so it really does kind of work out for them anyway because they are both Italian, and I think that would be kind of nice. So I'm excited. So I'm almost done with the second one. I'm gonna make two more for her, even though she wanted to Christmas. She asked me on Christmas Eve, I believe, so it was kind of late. So I'm gonna be working on that for the next couple of days. So, but other than that, let's go ahead and get some of the yarn winding cleaned up. So I am gonna redo this one. I basically took all of the loose Christmas yarn and just put them all together. So that way, instead of having a tiny little ball, it's just a nice size ball. So if I got something I want to make in one of these, I can just work on them as I was to the neck color and everything. So I won't be using the Christmas yarn for a while anyway, so since Christmas is over. But I might be using this one for St. Patrick's Day, and I also have the red peppermint right there on the bottom top shelf there for next month. So let's go ahead and get started on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this one because I found this little ball laying on the floor, and it's in the middle though, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just redo it. It doesn't take long to wind up. Let's go ahead and do it. So all I'm doing is just getting all of like the loose and messy. I'm not doing all of them. I'm just gonna do like some of the sparkle lines and the black hair. It's just a couple of those ones, and that way it's nice and clean and put away and organized. So let's get started. With that, so I will link this John Wonder. I highly recommend it. It's by Sandwood. I absolutely love it. It does a little bit bigger bowl than the typical ones you would find in fabric store or the smaller ones. I absolutely love these. I thought about a thing and a half, and I was able to squeeze that much on there, but towards the end, I had to go pretty slow because it could get stuck right under there. So it is a little too much, but I was able to squeeze it on. That way, I keep it nice and clean. Of course, I do have my jammies on. It's called Comfortable Day New Year's. I don't party for New Year's. I don't drink. I'm comfortable, and I want you guys to be comfortable just like I am. So it's winter, it's rainy, it's gloomy, and it's the perfect comfortable comfort in your own home. So please do be comfortable. So that's one done. I'm gonna go ahead and get these. But I'm trying to figure out why the two smaller ones. I might have been trying to make something, and then it didn't work out the way I wanted. I think. I don't know. I bought these tags. You can get them at dollar stores now. They're a little bit bigger. And when I had so many of these rolled up, I mean, you can. It's because I used to have a lawnmower that actually filled, like, it used to be over there. It filled the whole wall, and it would be on peg horse, and you could fit like two, maybe three balls. And I had so many on there. It was so nice. I was gonna do recording at that time, but things didn't work out the way I wanted because I was working and the time and things like that. I didn't want to do that. So then when we switched rooms and stuff like that, I decided not to hang it back up because we have plans in the future and what we want to do. So we kind of want to just keep minimal things off the wall that leave big holes in them and stuff like that. So, yeah, we got some plans in the future. So hopefully we can follow with that plan sooner than later. Okay. Okay, we got multiple people. Oh, I might be taking the hoodie off. So I got a tank top underneath. I'm comfortable, but I got a t-shirt on. Okay. I have so much fiber hair all over the table. It's ridiculous. That's what happens when you want them. You get fiber hair everywhere. Everywhere. So, I lose some space. I'm going to be taking that tree down. I'm really, really, really sad about it. I know I could leave it up if I want to, but I'm not. Because I like to have space and everything. So, you probably want to know what my goals are for this year. Well, I actually got my knitting tackle. I'm so excited about it. I'm going to redo it though because I didn't realize it until we got to the end. It kind of had, it pulled like a little bit of string off of there, but I got it down. I'm so excited. So I'm almost done with this game. So I'm just going to start from the end there and just redo it and make sure that I don't leave little loops in there because I don't want that on there either. So that was my goal by the new year, but I actually got it down on Christmas Eve and I was so excited. So my goal is to, from January all the way through until we get into the fall weather, I want to try and knit one hat a month. So I'm basically probably going to do like, I'd like to have at least 2 small projects. Mine is crunchy. So like I can have the knitting there and I'm working on that face mat. So if I need a little break on the face mat or something, I could go ahead and do a couple of rows and knit it. It kind of helps with your mind and everything to have something different. And it allows me to do that so I can tackle the knitting as well with the counting and stuff. So that's my goal for this year, to knit one hat per month. So this will be my first one for January because I'm going to redo that. So that is my goal. Scrunchies will always be made. Because I have all those bins that need to be stocked off. There's a lot, some of the colors that I won't have enough bins for, but I'm still going to do them and stack them up inside the tote until I order some more of those plastic bins. So the scrunchies will always be done because that's easy, that's quick, and I can take that downstairs without having to do any big project, because I play with my dogs and watch movies and things like that and have fun. So I wanted something easy to. So that is my goal right here, was to get the knitting down. I will be working on any spring, summer things, which would be like bandanas. I'm going to work on making some more bags and things like that, so that way I can have stock in my website. So keep checking back. If you see something that you're hoping that I will make, I will have it. Just like with the time and things like that. So I like to take my time with things because I like my work to be perfect. It makes me happy, but I enjoy crocheting or now knitting, and it really relaxed me too as well. So that's that. And I'm sure you noticed something different in this one. Yeah, there's a mini refrigerator up here. We actually bought that, I think it was 3 years ago, just before we went to Tennessee. And my husband had a little one with like a man color, kind of like what my chair is. It's a lot smaller. And we didn't need 2 anymore, so he sold the little one, but we kept this one because it had the freezer in there. And after we came back from Tennessee, our refrigerator started to go. And thankfully, we had the refrigerator could stay cool, but not enough to be able to fit everything in there. And most of the shop in the freezer, well, when I was trying to shop, we just took the shelf on and we were able to fill that. And we found a refrigerator within 2 days and we were able to transport it right back in there. So I'm just to keep up with that back up and everything. And right now we just got throwing stuff here. So hey, we both have a computer up here now. And I didn't want to get rid of it yet, but you never know. You know what I mean? So I love this refrigerator. So you see the 3 steppers on there. I got them all from when we went to Tennessee. And they covered in gas as well. We had so much fun down there. It was gorgeous down there. It was so hard to have to come back from so high. But we probably would have just said, leave everything and just stay down there. But we had a dog. We had 2 of them at the time, and no, I would never do that. I miss my dog. You know, I miss my babies, and we couldn't wait to get home to them. They were so excited when we finally came home. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with this. And then when I come back, we can go ahead and get them all put away or organized. And I am definitely gonna put a t-shirt on. So, because I got a tank top on and it's not comfortable. Like it's hard to balance warm and cold. This is making me hot, but then I get a little cold. So I'm gonna just throw a t-shirt on. So I will be back. Alright, I'm back. A lot here. I'm not even done yet, but I'm gonna go through those and see if any of them need round up. But I did organize the top, the 4 plus the one on the far left there. And so that's done, that's ready to go. So I ran ahead and found any of the loose things that I used some of it and it just like wrappers falling off and it driving me crazy. And I found some of the yarn that had been worn, but it was kind of messy, and I was able to put 2 together, make some big ones. So we're gonna go ahead and get some of them put away and see if there's any other ones I need to round up. Sound great? Go. Looks a lot better for now. So probably this one that I just put on the end there, that probably will go back in there if I get more velvet yarn. But I'm pretty much gonna start working on what I have here and only get the different type of yarn that I would need. For something that I'm gonna work on. So the only thing I would probably just keep picking up more often would be the cotton or the velvet yarn. That's about it. I got too many acrylic, a lot of black and white and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work on making some progress for all of that. So having said that, it is almost 7 o'clock. Wow. So I've been doing it for quite a few hours. So in between starting on it and before I started back up, I had all of that done. I went downstairs and I had a big bowl of hot homemade chicken noodle soup that I made yesterday. It was just so good. And the weather was perfect for it. So I got to enjoy that for a little bit and came back up and got all of that organized. So I don't really have much left that I can do right now. So I want to thank all of you for being part of this. Little bit of yarn one and some organization. It looks so much better over there and everything. Not so many loose yarn balls, I guess I can call it. Just doing things with that down with yarn so that way it's nice and organized and all of the big and mixed color yarns are down here that I can just go ahead and grab whenever ones that I need to work on. And that's about it. So there was a couple things yarn that I really had to pick out. I've had them for quite a few years and it was starting to like fray apart and it didn't feel real good anyway. So there was not a lot, it was only a couple. So that's gone now. So I want to thank you for being part of this video and while I've organized my yarn and subscribe the video, give me the thumbs up and click on that bell if you're ready for the next video. So I will see you guys later. Bye.